Yes.
So the University of Debrecen, as I mentioned, is in Hungary, which is a member state of the European Union, as well as the Schengen area. It's a small country of about 10 million people in Central Europe. The capital is Budapest, which Hungary is the 14th safest country in the world as of now. So we are literally one of the safest places you can come to study. We have mild continental climate, so I'm assuming winters are not as cold as they would be back home. But we have pretty warm summers and milder winters. As for the city of Debrecen, it's one of the oldest cities in Hungary. It has more than 650 years of history. It's the second largest city, but it's still considered to be a small city of about 230,000 people, and it lays east of the capital, Budapest, easily accessible by car or train, about 2.5 hours. It's a college town. We have the largest higher education institution in the country in Debrecen. So everything kind of revolves around the university because we have such a huge university in a small city. So about 15% of the population of the city is an active university student, and about another 10% is either a staff member or works for an organization or company that's affiliated to the university. So everybody is connected to the University of Debrecen. You can see some photos of the city here. You can see that it's very green. There are lots of parks, areas to hang out, to enjoy the weather during the summer. This park that you can see in the photos is actually just across the street from the main campus, which is in a wooded area, which is under environmental protection. So it's also a nice addition that you get to study somewhere with trees that are hundreds of years old. But we also have, although it's a small town, we have the amenities you might need to enjoy city life. We have an international airport, we have green city parks, we have both open air and indoor pools, because Debrecen is also famous for its thermal water. So obviously we will have pools around town that you can benefit from and enjoy some thermal water and its healing properties. We have a very historic city center where you can take lovely walks, and also bike routes. So it's easily accessible by bike, basically anywhere you go in town. Now for the University of Debrecen, it was established, the predecessor of the university, which is the College of the Protestant Church, was first established in 1538. And then the modern type of university was established in 1912. Currently, we operate with 13 faculties in all kinds of study fields, starting with agriculture, dentistry, business and economics, engineering, education, music, pharmacy, informatics, health sciences, humanities, science and technology, as well as medicine. We have 8 campuses in 4 different cities. So now it's not just a city college, a city university, but it's a huge regional higher education institution covering multiple cities in this area. As I mentioned, we have about 30,000 students, and more than 7,300 of them are internationals coming from 130 countries, more than 130 countries actually. This makes up the largest international student community in Central Europe. So if you come to study with us, you would be joining the largest international student community of your region or our region. We have about 1,500 lecturers, and the student-lecturer ratio is 20:1, which is the European standard. You can see some further photos of some of our campuses, such as the main campus, the agriculture campus, and that's the green thing is our life sciences building, where medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy students spend their first 2 years doing their theoretical classes. I also mentioned about the history now, so you can see some of the older photos, the inside of our main building, and some of the newer buildings that we have on campus. We have the latest addition to our facilities is the Learning Center, which is basically a community space for students to meet up, do group projects together. There's even a lecture hall, exam room, and prayer rooms found in this building, which is also on the main campus. We have some student hostels. We have the sports sciences building, many other buildings on multiple campuses. We have self-study spaces, labs for students to use, modern lecture halls, restaurants, cafeterias, even grocery stores, ATMs, banks on campus. Also, we have a library, the University of Debrecen's library. But it's not actually, physically, it's not just one library. There are multiple locations, but they all belong to the University of Debrecen's library. It also qualifies as a national library, which means that we have more than 6 million copies of books and other items for students to use free of charge with their student card. Any book that gets printed in the country, we have to be sent a copy of said book. This is what it means to be a national library. So we have quite the collection of books. Also, it might be important for future medical students. We have the largest healthcare provider in Hungary on campus, which is the clinical center of the University of Debrecen, along with the teaching hospital of the University of Debrecen. We have more than 3 million patient cases each year. We provide state-of-the-art care to all of our patients with open heart surgery, kidney transplantation, brain gamma surgery, and many other things with the latest equipment available, such as a 3D printer to print bone replacements. We have a biomechanical lab. We have many other labs as well. And for future IT students, just a fun fact, we have the fastest processing supercomputer in Hungary found on our IT campus. So if you're interested in IT, that's something to be excited about. So as you can see, the University of Debrecen is an environment that's ideal for your studies, but you also get to have some fun in your free time. We have many student clubs, sports fields, places to hang out. We have a bike system that you can rent out with your student card. You can see it in the photo in the bottom. Many places specifically for students to gather, to hang out, to have some fun, to go to see concerts. We have an international student union, which is basically a student club for internationals, one of the largest in the region. Many events throughout the academic year, mostly organized by ISU, starting with your orientation, your Freshers Week, different charity events, the Food Day, the International Food Day, which is also one of the highlights of every academic year. We have the largest semester opening ceremony in Europe. It's called U-Day. You can see a photo of it there. It's basically just a huge event with concerts, laser shows, flag shows at the stadium of Debrecen. So this is a nice way to kickstart your academic life. I mentioned that we have a lot of international students. Some of the countries where we have the highest number of students from are Nigeria, Egypt, Pakistan, India, Iran, China, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Japan, Syria, etc. So it's obviously not the full list, but we do have a lot of students from these countries. They come from 134 countries. So any country you might think of, you might be able to think of, we will have at least one student from there. Now, what kind of programs can you choose at the university? Well, first off, we have the medical school of the University of Debrecen, which consists of 4 faculties, obviously the Faculty of Medicine, the Faculty of Dentistry, the Faculty of Pharmacy, and the Faculty of Health Sciences. Medicine, Dentistry, Pharmacy have their own faculty, and the Faculty of Health Sciences offers a bunch of bachelor and master level programs such as physiotherapy, nursing, dietetics, social work, and social economy. And we also offer a foundation course for medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy students, which is called BMC. So this is what's included within our medical school. Basically, our medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy programs are single cycle programs or one-tier master programs. That means you can join this program after high school or after doing the foundation, the medical foundation year. Medicine would be 12 semesters, so 6 years. The other two are 10 semesters, 5 years long. You basically, as I mentioned, start after high school or after your foundation year, and you end up with a master's degree, which gives you the title of Doctor of Medicine, Doctor of Dentistry, or Doctor of Pharmacy. So for this, you would need a high school diploma, as well as an entrance exam in biology and either chemistry or physics. So biology is compulsory, and then you choose either chemistry or physics. Now for nursing, which is a bachelor program at the health sciences faculty, you also need a high school diploma, and you would do an entrance interview as well as a written exam in biology. For the rest of these programs, there's only a interview, and all of the bachelor level programs would be 4 years long, 8 semesters. Now for the master's programs, those are usually 4 semesters long, so 2 years, and you need obviously a relevant bachelor's degree in order to gain admission, and you would do an entrance interview with someone from the faculty as well. And then basic medicine course 1 and 2 are the foundation courses that I mentioned briefly. Those are medical prep courses for medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy students, should they need it. For that, the admission is also based on the same entrance exam as for medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy. You just qualify with less scores, basically. Now, for non-medical programs, we have another 9 faculties. So we offer a bunch of programs in the fields of agriculture, business, engineering, humanities, IT, science, law, and even music. For all of our bachelor programs, we have a September intake. And for some of the master's programs, we have a September and a February intake. Most of our bachelor level programs in non-medical fields are usually between 6 to 8 semesters. The masters would be usually 4 semesters long, so 2 years, and all of our PhD programs are 8 semesters, 4 years long. We also offer a foundation course for non-medical students, so those who want to do IT, natural sciences, business, agriculture, they can do a foundation year for 9 months before starting their actual first year of their chosen program. So that was it for the university real quick. Because I still want to talk to you about our scholarship. So you might be aware that we offer the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship Program to our students, our international students. I will just briefly talk about the scholarship. It's a very vast thing, so I think it makes more sense if you ask your questions afterwards, rather than just kind of pouring all this information on you, because that could be a bit too much. So let me know when something is unclear or you have any questions. You can even write it in the comment section and we can discuss it after I'm finished with the presentation. So we've been accepting students with this scholarship since 2013, from more than 80 countries to more than 70 programs. So we have a lot of international students who have this international scholarship called Stipendium Hungaricum Full Scholarship for both bachelor and master level students. What does the scholarship cover? Because that's the number one thing people will ask. It is a full scholarship and it's offered by the Hungarian government, by the way. So it's not the university's own scholarship, it's offered by the government. It is a full scholarship, but what does a full scholarship mean? In this case, it means that you don't need to pay for your tuition. So there's no tuition fee for the duration of your studies. You get a monthly stipend, or kind of like a pocket money, more like, and dormitory or rent support as well. However, please be aware that this amount that you see here in Hungarian forint will not be enough to cover all of your expenses, all of your living expenses. It's just a nice addition, it helps a bit, but you will need some other form of financial help, because this will not cover everything. It just gives you a bit of money to spend on groceries, to spend on your accommodation, etc. And obviously free tuition, as I mentioned. Also, your medical insurance will be included, and you will not have to pay for your visa application process. So this is what the scholarship covers. Nothing else is covered by the scholarship. Once again, it's given by the Hungarian government based on an agreement with your country's government. There are multiple roles in the scholarship application process. It's a bit confusing at first, so let's discuss that. Obviously, the most important role is that of the applicant, which is hopefully you, who applies for the scholarship to study for free at the University of Debrecen. Now, the second one is your sending partner, which is an institution or ministry or organization in your country who will nominate you for the scholarship, and they are the ones who do the first round of selection. So you do not get to proceed with your application if you're not nominated by your sending partner. So it's very important that you know who your sending partner is in your country and how to get nominated, and to make sure that you fulfill their own requirements as well, not just the university's requirements. So very important, sending partner. The third person or third institution in this would be the University of Debrecen, which is hopefully where you want to study. The university will conduct the entrance exam and the entrance interviews, and we do the second round of selection. We are also the ones who will check your documents that you have submitted during your scholarship application. And then there is Tempus Public Foundation, last but not least, is the organization who coordinates the scholarship, and they are the ones awarding the scholarship. So they do the third round of selection. There are many selection points up until the end when it's decided whether you can get the scholarship or not. Once again, it's very competitive, so it's not very easy to get the scholarship. It's feasible. We have students with the scholarship, a lot of students, but there are a lot of applications each year. So you have to be there, and you have to know what you're doing when you're applying for the scholarship. Now, your sending partner, basically every country would have different supported study fields with the scholarship, depending on which country the student is from. So you have to check whether your chosen program is supported or not. You have to check in with your sending partner to make sure you get nominated. So contact them as soon as possible to make sure you have all the chances to get nominated, and ask if they have any extra requirements, such as their own exam or interview or a certain type of language certificate, because they can have additional requirements. There are important websites to look at when you're applying for the scholarship. First, you go to edu.unidev.hu, it's the university's own website. This is where you can find out what kind of programs we offer, what the requirements are. So basically, it's just for looking for information. Then once you know what you want to study at the university, you go to the scholarship info website, which is stipendiumhungaricum.hu. You will see who your sending partner is there. You check the supported programs for your country. You'll find the contact information for your sending partner. You read the call for application. So once again, you're getting information on the scholarship specifically. And then you go to apply.stipendiumhungaricum.hu. This is where you choose your country and register as an applicant, fill in all of your personal details, find the University of Debrecen, choose the study program that you want to do, upload all of your documents, and make sure you submit your application, your scholarship application, by the 15th of January 2025, the latest. Don't leave it to the last minute, because there can be technical glitches by the end when the website is very visited. Make sure to choose the University of Debrecen in the first place, because if you put in the second place, you might not get considered for the University of Debrecen at all. What kind of documents will you need to submit, you might ask? A motivation letter, school reports or university transcripts, depending on your situation, school degrees or a graduation certificate, proof of English language proficiency, preferably a language exam, a passport or a national ID if you are not in possession of a passport as of yet, and a medical certificate, which is due by the 15th of April 2025 only, because we only request this from nominated students. So you have some time to wait after submitting your application to get the medical certificate, because obviously it's a bit costly. So we don't want everybody who might not get nominated to do the medical exams before being nominated. If you're a PhD applicant, you need 2 recommendation letters, a research plan, and a supervisor's letter as well. If you want to find a supervisor, you have to look at doctory.hu, which is a website where you can look up the supervisors working at the University of Debrecen, look at their research proposals, research projects that they are doing, and see if there's anything that you might be able to join or you might be interested in. If you have any missing documents, a maximum of 3 documents can be missing. First of all, your final degree or diploma, if you're in your final year of your studies, because in that case, obviously, you don't have your final document yet. Your language certificate, if you have taken a language exam, but you're still waiting for the results, so that can be missing for the time being, or your passport. As I mentioned, you can use the national ID for the time being, but for all 3 of these documents, you have to upload a declaration instead of the actual document. So we see that you have all intentions to provide the document as soon as you have it, but you don't have it yet. So this is a sample basically of how a declaration should look like. What happens after you've submitted the application? The university is not involved in the nomination procedure at all. Once again, it's up to your sending partner. And we will only proceed with the applications of nominated students. We will conduct the formal check at the university. So make sure that your application is correct. So everything is uploaded, everything's filled out, and you put University of Debrecen as a first place choice, because we will only consider those. We will also conduct the entrance exam and entrance interview after evaluating your documents. We will contact you and formally we will contact you if you are nominated and you have a formally correct application about the entrance exam and entrance interview, which would be roughly between March and May, April, May. Please, in this time period, regularly check your emails, including your spam, because you will be contacted via email. Check the exam requirements once again at edu.unideb.hu to see what you can expect and to start preparing for your entrance exam or entrance interview in time. And the award decision, which will be done by Tempus Public Foundation, is expected by the end of June 2025. If awarded, the University of Debrecen will contact you regarding information on how to start your studies. You might ask, how can I increase my chances? Because I told you there are a lot of applicants each year. How can you do that? Well, first thing, you have to get nominated. So make sure you contact your sending partner and you're aware of their extra requirements and conditions for the nomination. Second, submit a formally correct application, because we throw out all of the applications that are not formally correct and properly filled out. Make sure you get accepted to your chosen university and chosen program. That means prepare well for the entrance exam as well as the entrance interview. And then make sure you choose the University of Debrecen as your first place, because we will not be considering second place applications. So this is a rough timeline of how everything is going to go. You have until, once again, the 15th of January to apply for the scholarship, and the final decision will come out by June usually. So you have almost 2 months. If you have any questions, shinfo@edu.unideb.hu is an email address you can use to ask your questions regarding the scholarship, but all of this information is actually available on our website as well, so feel free to check that out. And yeah, so this was about the scholarship, and I'm wondering if you have any questions. I see that there are some comments in the chat box.
You see chat?
Yeah, somebody is asking if I currently study basic medicine course as a self-paced student at the University of Debrecen. Am I eligible to apply for Stipendium Hungaricum? Yes, being a self-financed student does not mean that you're not eligible for a scholarship, because it's an academic scholarship and not a financial one. It's not a financial aid. Everything depends on your academic performance and your your documents that you have uploaded and your entrance exam. So yes, absolutely. But in this case, you will have to apply as a freshman for medicine, and you would have to do the entrance exam. It doesn't matter what kind of grades you have from your basic medicine course, you still have to sit for the entrance exam for medicine. Hello, is there a fixed number of scholarship holders at your university for an engineering degree? Yes, but that does not really concern students because the quota is always calculated based on multiple factors. Hello, can self-finance students apply for Stipendium Hungaricum? If yes, what are the steps and criteria? Yes. In this case, there's an extra step where the university has to recommend you for the scholarship based on your GPA. So that's an extra thing. But yes, it is possible to go from fee paying to scholarship holder if you have good grades.
Should they be nominated by a sending
Yes.
partner? Okay.
Yes. That's still, everything still stands with the addition of the university nomination or recommendation.
Okay.
Yes.
So guys, you can turn on your microphones and ask questions.
If you have any.
And I asked you about the motivation letters. Can you please tell us about motivation letters?
It's subjective. There's really, it's not the most important thing for us, the motivation letter, to be entirely honest. Pass the entrance exam and the entrance interview. That's what matters to us most. But if you write a for the scholarship, you have to write a motivation letter. For as a fee-paying student, you don't. If you're applying for the scholarship and you have to write a motivation letter, make sure that it's addressed to the University of Debrecen, because very often we will see that it was basically a motivation letter sample that somebody just kind of uploaded that they got from the internet. So they addressed the wrong institution. So it should be addressed to the University of Debrecen. It should detail why you would like to study, what you chose as your program, and what kind of qualifications you have, if you have any job experience, what you like to do in your free time, why you think you're a good candidate for the scholarship, that sort of thing. But it's very subjective, really. So there's no, we won't be like, oh, they have included this and not that, so it's not great. Make sure that it's an entertaining half page or page of why you think you should win the scholarship, and make sure that you're addressing it to the university, basically.
Right.
Hello.
Hi.
Is it possible that your university accept the students, but the Stipendium Hungaricum does not accept us? And
Yes.
in that case, do you provide your inner university scholarships?
No. Basically, that happens to a lot of students because obviously we have limited scholarship places, and we have a lot of applicants. So there will be people who pass our entrance procedure but are not awarded the scholarship in the end by Tempus Public Foundation, which is completely their competence. So we don't know what's the basis of their decision. Multiple factors, I'm guessing. Country quotas, study programs, how many people applied that year for this and that program, etc. So it's a multiple factor thing on which we have no influence. But if it so happens that a student passed our entrance procedure and they haven't gotten the scholarship, actually in the application process for the scholarship, there's a box to tick whether you want to be considered as a fee-paying student in case you don't get the scholarship. And if you have ticked that box, we will automatically contact you afterwards and ask whether you would want to come as a fee-paying student as well. But we don't have any other type of scholarship on such a large scale that will cover your tuition. So in that case, you would be considered as a fee-paying student as well.
But I know you have a UD scholarship.
That's a different thing. The UD scholarship is specifically for agriculture and natural science programs, and it's not a scholarship. Basically, it's a tuition fee reduction from anywhere between 30 to up to 90%. But once again, it's for certain agriculture and natural science programs only.
How many students from Kazakhstan do you have now?
Oh, it was actually in the slide. 100 and some. Just a second. I will go back to my my slides. It was actually on the university introduction slide. 145.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hello. So if our country accepts us, it is not 100% guaranteed that we're going to be accepted. Exactly. But what is the approximate chance? No approximate chance. I cannot give you a percentage. We have more than 80 countries in the scholarship program and many, many universities in Hungary. So I have no percentages for you. How many places are there in the dormitories available? How many students get the dorm? Very few. Mostly scholarship students, but very few will get a dorm room. We don't have nearly enough dorms for everybody. Most of our students stay in private accommodation close to their campus. Because it's a college town, there are a lot of apartments for rent, and we also set up an office. It's called Troubleshooter, which you can contact after getting admission to the university, and you can start arranging private accommodation. They can help you find the most suitable one based on your budget and your preferences. So yeah, you would most likely be staying in private accommodation and a very few students. It's first come, first serve, so it's kind of like a competition. They will get dorms. First come, first serve, yeah. That's how we decide who will get a dorm. There's a very short application period. Yeah, no problem. Do you guys have any further questions?
I don't see questions in our chat, but so guys, do you have any questions? Okay, no questions.
Okay, that's all right. It was a lot of information that I kind of gave you to think about. So yeah.
So can you please share a presentation and
It's
guys,
actually available on our website. So basically the same presentation that I gave today can be found in video format on our website as well. So
do you
everything is available.
have test samples and question samples of exams on your website?
Yeah, those are on our website as well. Under the section for application and admission, on the top, you will see that. And each subject will have a downloadable PDF for the sample test and then for the topic list.
Do you accept SAT scores?
You would still have to take the entrance exam. It doesn't give you an exemption. But yeah,
Okay, thank you.
no trouble.
But is it better to upload the SAT or not?
I'm sorry?
Is it better to upload SAT or not?
Sure, why not? Yeah, you should upload everything that you have, so we can have a look. But in the end, you would still need to take the entrance exam, and it's the entrance exam score that will decide your admission. That will be the basis of your admission decision, kind of. And the entrance interview as well.
I have a question regarding our examination. How it be conducted, like on our interview day or when?
The entrance
And for the
exam,
mathematic test, can we use calculator like in SAT?
yes, you can. The entrance exam date and time depends on what time, when you're applying, when you submit your application. There are multiple dates, actually a lot of dates, mostly between March and May, because they are online, so it's not crazy hard to set up an exam date. So you're also informed like a week or two before the actual date about the time and date and method of your entrance exam. It's through Skype or Zoom, most often Skype. And it's a proctored exam, so you'd have to have your microphone and your camera turned on. You have to have your ID with you at the beginning, and mostly MCQ questions and some short answer questions. But you can see sample tests on the website, so you can see ahead of time what you can expect. And yes, you can use calculators.
All right, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Хорошо.
Hi. Hi.
I think they forgot to turn off the microphone.
Oh, maybe.
Теперь не меньше вообще кратное.
I will turn off.
Okay.
So the entrance exam would be conducted individually or in groups?
The written exam, multiple people would have the exam at the same time, and then the interview would be one after the other. So you would have your own time slot for the interview. It's important not to fall asleep while you're waiting for your slot. That happened only once, but it was spectacular. So yeah, you would get your own time slot. You would join in advance, and you would have to wait for your time slot to begin, and then you would have your time with faculty.
Can we
represent-
change the time slot if something happens at the time, maybe?
Yeah.
Like notifying the university beforehand, like a week or so, like that I
Yeah,
cannot
if,
access
if,
at that,
if you let your admission coordinator know in advance, yes.
so it won't be a problem. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
I was asking about a self-paid student on a basic medicine course. So you said that the student needs to apply as a freshman.
In that case, you can apply as a freshman because it won't be the same program.
So
But you would
doesn't
take the entrance exam again.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to be nominated by the university, right?
I'm sorry?
He doesn't need to be nominated by the university.
No, in that case, you can just apply as a freshman.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
How's the weather in Debrecen now?
Let me see, 6 degrees, cloudy. But actually, it's quite sunny now, so it's not crazy cloudy. Yeah, 6 degrees. It's quite chilly for a November, actually. We're surprised because usually it's around 10 degrees in
Mhm.
November, and nowadays even in December it doesn't really drop below like below 0 almost never,
Mhm.
but it's around 5-10 degrees in December as well. And then we don't have as much snow as we used to. It usually snows like once or twice a year, but it melts instantly. So we don't have the big snow that I used to love when I was a kid anymore.
You're welcome to Astana.
Yeah, you have colder winters.
Yeah, we have extremely cold winters and a lot of snow.
Yeah. I've been before, and it was so windy that
Yeah.
though I had like a very thick coat on, I was freezing to death because of the wind that you had there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was more of a dry cold, like a dry, like a bone, it goes to your bones, kind of cold, which we used to have like maybe when I was a kid, but not lately. Now we have pretty mild winters.
Yeah, I like Hungarian climate. I love it. It can be rainy in Budapest in autumn, but it's okay.
Yeah, all seasons have their own like pros and cons, like good things and bad things about each season. But I just love that you have something new to experience every 3 months, you know, so something to look forward to. Like, I can't wait for the leaves to turn yellow and brown, and then I can't wait for a bit of snow and Christmas, and then you go, oh, I can't wait for spring with all the flowers, and then I can't wait for summer to go to the beach or go to a lake, or go hiking. So there's always something new. So that's what I love about having all 4 seasons. It gives you a bit of a break every 3 months.
Yeah, great, great.
Okay, guys, if you don't have any further questions, though,
I feel you have questions. So thank you very much for your time,
yeah, thank you.
and guys, if you have some questions later, please write me.
Yeah, definitely do that. And good luck to you all for the application period.
Good luck, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.